Is it our best day yet? You bet. No. What does it say? Oh, I did not read that. Oh, and it looks like there's some like janky stuff in my Magic 8 Ball. Okay, you guys, getting through bad days. Okay, so we talked about this whole year, we're talking about good day strategies. And people have asked me over the years a lot about, well, if you're in a deep pit, what do you do? Is there really a strategy? Just hang on. Hang on. Okay, that's number one. But as I go through like a whole string of bad days, and my mind is more on like, what would I tell somebody? We'll have these little sessions like today. So for anyone who's new to all this and doesn't even know what I'm talking about, so good day strategies are things usually like projects that you would do on good days to help shore up your future bad days. And so in terms of weight loss and, like weight maintenance success, some of those good day strategies would be, well, learning the kind of meals that work for you to lose or maintain your weight in particular, and learn like what they are, get them in your mind so that you can whip them up very easily and beat the drive through, that it is like your go-to thing so that on the bad days, that's what you're still eating, so that you don't like lapse into something else. And I talk about over the years of like, I implemented good day strategies for 20 years up in the mountain property. And so I grew a lot of herbs that were like, had specific uses. So if I needed a little extra pep, I might go out and pick some rosemary and I might make a tea, or I might have a rosemary lotion that I had made for myself. And even the process of making these things are their own little projects that kind of like, are like salve for your soul. And so these are all great. We should absolutely be doing all of these, but that doesn't help if you're just getting started and it is a bad day. Or in my case, like restarting. I'm here in Visalia in an apartment, and like, where's my herbs? Where's my stuff, from all those 20 years? So what do I do? And I feel like I'm starting from scratch down here. So how do you start from scratch? Because I think, so many of us are starting from scratch. So this is a tiny little bit of wisdom that I have from my own experience here. And so in the email on Sunday, I wrote about how because, okay, me trying to keep a train of thought. Okay, what I'm going to tell you about now is this idea of maybe on a bad day, you're not concerned about doing something new, but in fact, what you need to do is you need to fill your time with something other than eating, or with, something other than like moping, like, that like that depression spiral, letting it go downwards. So you need to do something, and filling your time. Filling your time with something that engages your brain in some way is always super useful. Through my second pregnancy, I coded in C++. That's a whole story. But you might be a crafter, and you can craft on bad days. And so what if you're quilting? And so what if you quilt longer on your bad days? And purposefully, you're filling your time, and you're really, distracting your mind, filling your mind with something other than, negative thoughts is what we would hope for. And so in my case right now, the obvious thing for me is, okay, so if we want to do more of something on bad days, something that we're already doing, but we're going to just do more of it to fill that time up. For me, it's spending longer at the gym. And so that's so obvious if you're out walking, doing anything like that. And anyone who can be at all active, go. Like, even if you're like, I just walk out to the mailbox, good, now walk a little further. Just do more. But interestingly, this is the thing. And so we all need to look at like, what are we doing anyway that like our brain is already used to, like we already know how to do it, because we're not going to learn a new skill on a bad day. We're not going to pick up a new activity on a bad day. We're just not. I mean, that's kind of almost the definition. But you can do more of what is already in your life that fits that criteria. Um, but here's the thing that I find, that we have to plan for this and know that is what we're going to do on the bad days. We need to do it like with intention. Like, okay, I know today I'm waking up and today is a bad day. I feel it. And so I'm going to go to the gym for longer. I have to already have that plan in place and have that intention of doing that thing on the bad day. Because otherwise, I mean, you guys know what happens, and just it all falls apart. But interestingly, I was in the gym recently and thinking about like, oh, and I was really tired that day, and I kind of pushed myself in there. And so what I do is I go in, I put my stuff in the locker, I use the bathroom, and I go straight away to an elliptical trainer. I use the elliptical for about 10 minutes now. The whole story about why, what, where, how long, 10 minutes. And then I'm on a stationary bike. And so I was maybe on the stationary bike by this stage of thinking about like, wow, you know what? I'm so tired today. I wonder if instead, when I came in, there's these kind of cabana areas out by the pool, and it's been pretty nice here lately. I thought, since you're so tired, why don't you just go start by lounging out there and then hit the elliptical? And I thought about that because it seemed very, very attractive, because I've thought about lounging out there, but the reality is I get pretty tired after doing the exercise, and then I don't end up lounging. Maybe I should, but thinking through like, okay, lounge first and then work out. And I thought, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. I mean, it's very seductive, but the fact of the matter is, getting oxygen in my brain is exactly why I'm at the gym, and I'm going to get a lot less in my brain laying on a chaise lounge. And the whole point is for me to get my heart rate a little bit elevated and to get the blood flowing. And what I knew is, on those bad days, what is the risk that maybe go to the gym, but I just hang out on a chaise lounge. So I was just so very aware. I was so glad I could kind of see it, that it's like I talked about, gosh, what is it, about a month ago, about this idea of like how water flows, and water flows through like the easiest path. And you see like all these little seasonal creeks and all this that come up in storms, and that water is just flowing through there. And how we have to actively, if we need to redirect the water, we need to actively work to redirect it. And just the idea that what I have here with the gym is I have like one of those, the water is flowing, you guys, it's flowing. And so I go and then I get on the cardio and I do it. I cannot mess that up. And so in terms of the bad day strategy, I've identified that I can go to the gym longer. That's great. And keep, on the cardio presumably longer. But more than that, don't mess up what's working about the thing. And so the thing, in my case, cardio, don't mess up what's working. Don't mess up that I'm actually there doing it. And so don't try to play around with it at kind of at the risk of messing it up. And I think we could easily kind of mess up a crafting thing. If it's like, I'm going to craft and not eat, but then we started to get into like, even once, like, oh, except this time I'm going to order pizza for whatever reason, wash my hands and then eat. And it kind of messes it up, because then you have to like get the water flowing a different way. So my advice, we need to look around for these things we can do more of on the bad days that are not eating, and then don't mess them up. So, and really actively set the intention of doing the thing, whatever it is, because otherwise we I wake up and I think, what the heck am I doing today? And would just kind of be aimless. And then that is what leads, that's the spiral. That is the spiral. So, okay, but we have Brenda and we have Anna backstage, and we have Tina here. Hey, Tina. I was thinking about Tina the other day, because it's, you guys, it's gorgeous. The Sierra Mountains are gorgeous right now. absolutely gorgeous. And the foothills, unbelievable. So I bet in Tina's neighborhood, mm, perfection. Okay. So I'm going to bring up Brenda and Anna. We haven't seen Brenda in a couple weeks. So I'm going to bring up Brenda. I'm going to bring up Anna. Brenda is muted, it looks like. You have pandemonium back there, Brenda?
The dog was barking.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, so why don't you guys give us an update and tell us how you're doing?
Well, I found out, as I kind of knew it before, but I was reminded again of how I can work hard and go that extra mile for somebody else. Like you're talking about when you're tired or when you're hurting to go work out or whatever. And I just realized that because yesterday I went to the gym and I work so hard. It's so physical. It's so mental when I'm at the hospital that I'm realizing I have to work out and push myself on my days off because it's too many days off. I don't want to start over from the beginning every time and still be just as sore next time. So I need to go work out. Well, I got, on the elliptical, just like you were talking about. And I lasted, 15 minutes, and which is great, but it's nowhere near like here's what I did on Friday at the hospital. Let's see if it'll clear up. Yeah. So I did, more than 11,000 steps, 181 zone minutes, more than 4 miles and 2,800 something calories. Because if somebody needs an x-ray, somebody's had a trauma or something, I'm going to go, even if I'm tired, I'm just going to keep going and get there because they need me. Well, I need me, and I need me when I'm working out. So the good thing I did was that I did it. What I'm going to be working on is realizing I need more. I need to work out more so that I don't hurt so much. And another thing that I did that was good is the day after I worked out so hard, I went for a walk. I did not want to go for a walk. I wanted to just lay down and sleep. I went for a walk. I got coffee at the end of the walk that I did not have to make. That was my reward. And honestly, when I'm sitting there after I drink my coffee, my head's like this. I actually considered calling an Uber. I was that tired to walk the half a mile home. Did not do it. Walked home. I pushed myself. So one thing we can do that will help us as far as if I'm not going to do it for somebody else, I'm doing it for myself. I can also have accountability. And so on Monday, after we did chill skills, I was telling everybody there, okay, ask me about it next week because I'm going to do more. And that way I have some kind of accountability. I've said it. I love these people. I'm going to at least tell them what I did, whether or not it was the right thing. But I want to do the right thing, which is to work out more on my days off. Yeah.
Well, so when I started at the gym in late November, I really did just say okay, just pace does not matter. Right. And so I started so slow, and I've never done that before. And I am amazed at how effective it has been. Because now for me, part of it is I've got time. I've got time. And how long will this brain injury recovery take?
Yeah.
The rest of my life, I've got time. And so I'm trying to shift into more of that energy of okay, just let it flow. And so I think that's what had me not worry about am I going fast or whatever else, how many minutes, what's my heart rate, none of that. I wasn't measuring. I was measuring the time on task, period, lumber along. And that really has been so effective for me. So I'd encourage anyone who's struggling with getting in there at all. And Anna, you could just say you know what? I'm just going to walk for an hour around. I mean, it's gorgeous right now too. And your neighborhood is exquisite. Yeah. And so I'm just going to walk for an hour. I'm going to stroll. I'm going to whistle, whatever it is. And then just do that and have no other expectations. And that in itself is really very powerful.
Yeah.
I
Just
I
showing up and doing anything is going to be good when I'm like, seriously, my whole body, like it hurt through my hands, it hurt my arms, it hurt, like everything hurt. It's because I was really pushing myself. And I could say, oh, that's too much or whatever. But what the truth is, if I was training for something like the Olympics, if I was training to be an opera singer, if I was doing something for a big goal, I would wear myself out and I would push myself to the ends of myself, because that's how you get better and how you do more. So I'm remembering that I'm pushing hard now. The sauna, the meditation, if I do nothing else, I always do that. I put my earphones in, I have a guided meditation. I lay in the massage chair. The gym over by your house has that hydro massage, and you lie on it and it shoots water and massages your whole back. You need to try it. I tried it. It's only 15 minutes. Huh?
So I assume I need to just ask at the desk or
Just
something.
ask.
Yeah.
You on the app, you can reserve a time, but just show them at the front. Just ask them to help you, and they'll help you. Because I'd never been there, I didn't know where it was. I asked them, they walked me to it. I got on there. But the thing is, if I've got headphones in and I'm doing a guided meditation and my body is getting massaged, it's a good combination for me. And then when I'm done with that, I go to the sauna and I sit there, and I will tell you, if I could do nothing else, I could sit in the sauna. If I can get myself there, I can sit in the sauna, and that helps all of those muscles. I felt better after one session in that sauna. So I need to do that. Even if it's a bad day and I'm just so tired, don't walk there, drive the car there and sit in the sauna. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
No, and so you just said that out loud for your own brain and your heart.
Yeah.
And I think also like that whole, even if I just drive there, all of that, like to have that plan and to say, okay. And I go in and then I get in the sauna, period. Now you could have a little asterisk, like if I can manage to get on the elliptical for 10 minutes or whatever, but don't make it like required, like no.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And I would say the day after, I work for 12 hours days, like 4 days in a row. That's what I'm coming up to tomorrow is 4 days in a row. When I do that, the day after, I am not going to get on the elliptical. I know that. And that's okay. It's just that in the 5 days or the 3 days I have off before the next 2 days, one of those days I've got to get on there and work hard. But the day after, I can take a walk. I can stop in the middle of the walk and then walk home. I can do that. And I will also say, for anybody, we're talking almost in, it's like a combination that we're talking about. It doesn't matter if for you, it's not the elliptical. Do something, whatever your walking is, whatever it is, do that, because, you can and Amanda, don't forget, you can always do some very deep breathing exercises where you hold your breath a little bit, not to panic, but just like hold it and relax in that holding your breath and then breathing deeply again. You can do that. If you can't do anything else, do what you can do, whatever that is.
Absolutely. And Anna, I think for the day after your shift, your 4 days in a row, that's your recovery day.
It is.
There's
I can walk gently in the beautiful sunshine on a recovery day. And I'm telling myself that now. It's okay. You can do that. That's not going to hurt your recovery. And then I'll enjoy resting even more because I have done something.
Yeah. But also, there's like, you're talking about pro athletes. Pro athletes have expressly have like their recovery. Yeah, and so I've tried to integrate some more of that in my life. Like I talk about how I still haven't done this area over here where I'm going to have like a I don't know, a cot or something. And I don't know, but I'm going to set it up with that recovery idea in mind and use like the wisdom of the athletes. Is what they're trying to do is they're trying to be as strong as they can tomorrow. And so they're using all these recovery tools. We should use those recovery tools too.
Yeah. That's true. And I do know that like when you are sore, it used to be different thoughts on this, but when your muscles are sore, moving them not great intensity in the same manner can help to get the soreness out. So it used to be, oh, just stretch it. But now, if you've been running, maybe do a slow walk, something to move the same way, but not as intense. So it's okay. Like on my recovery day, if I want to walk, but I'm not going to try to go far. I'm just going to try to get outside and move just a little bit. And I feel like it'll make a difference. And then the big one is the sauna. Get in the sauna or do the massage.
Well, and I think the other thing is for us on the days that we're out there doing these things to be careful not to overdo it. I mean, I feel like because 12 hours, you're like already in that world.
I mean, it's pushing it. I mean, I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm an alive chicken. So I'm going to keep going. It's been good for me. It really has, because I feel like I was kind of spiraling a little bit, not spiraling, but like, I was gearing down, and now because I need to do more, I'm gearing up. And you're doing the same thing because you were injured and you're having to work hard to do what you would do before. So we're both like, we have an extra big thing to get over. And all of us probably have something like that, whether we make it or whether it happens. So, yeah. This is what helps us grow are these kind of situations, which sucks, but it's good too. Yeah. For sure.
Well, it's all we got.
It's all we got. Yeah, we're going to keep going. I mean, really, whatever we have when we wake up in the morning, first of all, we're thankful that we wake up. And then whatever we have after we wake up in the morning, it's up to us to do the best we can with whatever that is today.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, Brenda, how are you?
I'm good. I needed to get back and after 2 years of being constantly sick, I refuse to do that anymore. I mean, my kids were just sick and I slugged down the vitamin C and the zinc and I didn't get too sick. So yay, I'm being proactive, and I went through and steamed the floors and bleached everything, And that's the kind of exercise. But when they told me I had osteopenia, the beginnings of it, but I'm at a stage where you can reverse it. I'm doing gym. I got my gym memberships. I got 2 because I'm at LA Fitness for the pool because I want to be just like Teresa and get my water in. And then I've got my other one, which is Planet Fitness. And Planet Fitness, I went there because they are just so chill. They got an area in the back that there's red light, green light. And I can do all the machines with the green light and then take the rest period with the red light and then go back and do like 15 reps on each of the machines. And then just do I like doing they've got these step ups, which have a bar. So you can hang on while you're doing your steps. And so I schedule the bus for 2 hours. So I spend 2 hours at the gym. And then I found if I go in the front with all the weights, the free weights, the muscle heads are so cool because they're like, come on, grandma. And they're going to show you the right way to do them, the right way to hold them, and
awesome.
That's for free. They're so cool. And
you know what? I've kind of stayed out of that area, but maybe I need to go in there. Because what I just, maybe you were supposed to say that today, Brenda, because I just read that working out with barbells as opposed to dumbbells or the weight machines. So barbells, that it helps your brain function more because of something about the coordination with the barbell.
Yeah.
I don't know, something. And so we should be doing barbells. I haven't worked out with a barbell in a long time.
It's really important at this age because you want your bone density actually improves with the weights. So that's what I'm doing. And I don't feel intimidated like I used to when I go in. I mean, you know, Brenda in spandex is not cool, but I don't know. It's kind of nice that they're all very sweet in these places. And the
Yeah.
muscleheads are really super sweet. Probably none of them know my name, but they all call me grandma. So
That's so
that's kind of
cool.
cool.
That is great. Oh my gosh. Huh. Huh.
It's kind
Well,
of nice.
well, and so in terms of getting like bone growth and stuff like that,
Mhm.
so I just on two things that I'm doing. So the stationary bike and then something I do at another gym.
Mhm.
I've increased my, what is it, my stride? Like, you know how you
Oh, yeah.
adjust the seat so it's at a certain height? It's like I got taller. And
Very
um,
cool.
by about like I've adjusted it by about this much, which is kind of a lot. And I was really surprised by that. So I mentioned it to the one of the ladies, and she said, "Oh my gosh," she said, "you know, we do have clients who grow taller." I'm like,
Mhm.
so anyway, so that's pretty exciting. And
That's very exciting.
well, I'm having decompression therapy too, and I have actually. So in the injury, I lost like 3/4 of an inch.
Oh my gosh.
Cringe. And so I've regained like 6 tenths. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. I did my own decompression therapy just by hanging on that bar, and it was really like for increasing my grip strength, but also just it did stretch me out. And I know this because when I set up the bar, I did it where I could almost touch when my toes are up, but I couldn't when I would just hang, and it got to where I could. So it just hanging on a bar has a possibility of stretching you out over a
Yeah, I
period
was
of
gonna
time.
say I was 5'5", shrunk down to 5'3.5", and I've been hanging on my bar, and I'm up to 5'4". So, and I just
Yeah.
hang because
Yeah,
I'm
that's all.
definitely not strong enough to pull myself up, but I just hang there, you know, like 5 minutes. And when I'm
Wow.
going through and
I
doing
haven't
the
done
laundry, because it's on my laundry door, I just
5.
hang. Oh yeah, when I first started hanging, I could hang for like 5 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
Oh, because
But
That's really good.
it's one of those pull-up bars then.
Yeah,
Like
it's a pull-up bar, and all you do is just, reach your arms up there and hold on to it and shake or whatever and hang on it and see how long you can hang on it. And then when you have to stop, and then you put your hands up there and you hang again. And then I will say after a while, you can just flex your kind of like your scapula and just like tense that up a little bit, like pull down a little bit. You're not pulling up, but you're working on your shoulders. And the reason why I first started doing it is because I had to go to physical therapy because my shoulder was kind of frozen up, and they stretched it out, and I was like, I am not going to let it get unstretched. So I started hanging on that bar, and it actually helped keep me without having pain, and keep my flexibility. So that's why I did it.
okay,
I've
so
got
maybe
something
go
that
ahead.
is I need motivation. You know me. Remember when I used to hang my dungarees up? I'm kind of past the dungaree stage now. So I went shopping and I bought a dress, and I deliberately bought it in a size smaller than me,
Yeah.
and I'm hanging it on my closet so that when I'm tempted, I just look over and look at that dress and say, okay, the dress is nicer than the cookie or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
good. Yeah.
I'm a squirrel, people. I gotta have something. I gotta have long term and short term,
Yeah.
and
And
I need
visual
something.
helps. Visual really helps when you can just turn your head and say, oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
That's
on my
great.
good days, I make extra preparation in food. Like today, I'm making kakaliki soup, and I'm gonna make. I've started using whole chickens because you make the bone broth while you're making the soup, really, because kakaliki soup takes all day. But then I'll have a freezer full of soup on the days when I'm not feeling like getting up, because I'm lazy on the bad days. I am, and I can just microwave it and eat it.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
anything that takes a lot of time, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So having a freezer stash of some of these cooked meals absolutely is an obvious thing. But see, this is one of those things that you have to be in front of a little bit. So what do you do? Well, anyone who just like landed right here on a bad day, what could they do today? Uh, they could do more of what they were doing yesterday that is not eating, so they could
Yeah.
walk in their neighborhood, like Anna's talking about, just
For
like
sure.
go out and walk a little bit
And
more.
and I would say connect with people, because they will, if you talk about, hey, I'm going to do this, then the next time you talk to them, they're going to want to know if you did it or not, or what happened or how it went. And that it helps to have somebody. That's why I did that when I was at the Chill Skills, because I wasn't sure how many other days I'd be able to make it to the hub. So this way I've got some accountability. I know I'll be back on Monday, so I'll tell the people who are there.
Well, and connecting in analog. I mean, so definitely connecting with people. So hiking has been one of my strategies. Like on a bad day, I would go out and hike, and I had certain rules about when I'd get out there. And one of those was if I saw somebody, I would talk to them. And I kind of integrated that rule over time because I noticed that when I talk to somebody, I mean, who's out there on a hike? Usually pretty pleasant person. And so it always affected me positively. And so I would kind of push myself because, you're kind of crabby or whatever. You don't want to talk to people. I'd push myself into like that rule, like, oh no, you're going to actually talk to them. And it makes a big difference. And we don't have to go on a hike to talk to people. So,
right. And if you hadn't done that, you wouldn't have talked to those people who are walking in the road, who gave you a lot of ideas that started a lot of things. So
that's right. So what I was talking about is there's like a memorable day in early July or late June of 2018 before Eat Like a Bear. And it was actually a bad day. We thought that my son's friend was killed. He wasn't. And it was a mistake or like a misunderstanding. But I was driving to his house to find out information. And it was while I was driving out there that I saw these strangers on the road and I stopped to say something. So yeah, and then it led to Eat Like a Bear.
Yeah, if you get in the habit to actually talk to people, it could change your life.
Yeah. And maybe put yourself into that can be a hard thing on bad days but see, this is where if you have the chance to set the habit up,
it's easier.
Yes. And see, that's where it's a good, like the good day strategy is, I'm going to go downtown and I'm going to take a certain type of walk downtown or do something like down there. And then that's like the equivalent of the hike, like, okay, I'm going to go stroll downtown and to stroll in a place where, you're going to come across people. And yeah.
That's one of the benefit of being a regular at the gym is that you get your own cheering background. If they see you regular, especially if you're a big person, they see you regular, they start rooting for you and they start, coming to you and saying, great job, good reps or whatever. And that human connection, that human cheer, it just, I don't know, it makes you want to go a little bit farther, makes you want to show up, makes you want to do a little bit more. And the human connection is part of the success, because there are days when I don't feel like doing diddly, but I know that these guys are waiting for me to show up on my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I'm going to show up because I made a human connection, if that makes sense. Heck, even the bus drivers are voting for me now.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Amanda, you were going to say something. We were talking about hanging from the bar. And yeah.
Oh, well, no, I have notes because I think this is its own, like we should have one of these sessions, the home exercises thing, or like all these little things we can do at home. We should do a whole thing on that and just bring ideas for that.
Yeah. And we should talk to Geraldine, because what she did was she set up in every room or part of a room in her house, she set up a little station when I'm over here, I do this. When I'm over there, I do that. And so just as she's going through her room, maybe putting away clothes or something, and she'd see that spot. Oh, there's my spot. And she would do it. Mhm.
See, that is beautiful. That is, yeah. That's great. That is great. Yeah. Yeah. And there's so many, because we don't have to go to a gym, there's a lot of things we could be doing. Yeah. A lot of things.
For
Yeah. I was
sure.
about to jump over and grab some things, but I feel like it's a whole discussion. And then we could have it all in one video, like where we.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I was going to say, you're talking about the barbell. Do you know, I had an idea, I can't remember when it was, and I bought just the barbell, not even planning on ever getting weights put on it, because I was thinking that would be good, just like put my hands on it, only far apart, and then just be moving them around like this and going. That's really good for just mobility of the joints and stuff. But there is something cool. It's almost like it is a brain stimulating thing to have a bar and to be moving it. When you were saying that it did something different for the brain, I could see that, because it would be something I would instinctually go towards if I was trying to stimulate my kids' brains. So yeah. And just like with the ropes, I bet the ropes would do something too. Remember, I used to do a thing where I was swinging ropes around.
Oh, yeah.
I need to do that again too, because like the rope you can put in the back of your car, the barbell, I don't know.
Well, so now I feel like I'm clearing cobwebs out of my brain, because doesn't it seem like in the 70s or 80s there was, I don't know, like the Jane Fonda era, there was something about using your broomstick?
Oh, broomstick, probably. Yeah, probably.
That there were things to do with a broomstick.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Now I'm gonna have to figure out. I put that in the corner of some room or maybe a closet. I'm gonna have to go find it, because that's a good idea.
Well, I feel like it was a trend before.
Probably. It probably was.
So yeah, and it was definitely like, housewives have brooms. So it wasn't about the weight of the bar, it was.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. So I bet
Kinda
there's
cool.
stuff out there on that.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up.
Or you guys tell me,
Remember
does
when you
someone remember
mentioned
that stuff?
Yeah.
I wonder sometimes if I just am I just living in a whole other universe, and there was some other universe that brooms.
I like
Lana
your
had
universe.
mentioned about when you sit at the desk, lift your legs up and work your calves.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. Well, I took it a little bit farther and I put my vibration plate under the desk.
Oh.
So I can turn on the vibration plate and do the calf exercises with the vibration plate. And it works really well. It stopped because I used to get the cramps in my calves at night.
Oh, yeah.
Sleeping. I don't get those anymore. And I think it's like but I put it somewhere where I'm always at, because then it's real easy to just use my toes, turn the thing on, and sit there and do my calf raises on the vibration plate. And and like we've got the hanging thing right there at the laundry room, right next to my bedroom, so I'm always passing it.
Yeah.
And
that's what I did, is I put mine right on the hallway to the bathroom. If I don't catch it on the way in, I can catch it on the way out.
Yeah, and I've got the punching bag in the garage all set up, and then we've got a rack with all of the stuff, my wraps from my knuckles, and we've got the, weight table. We've got everything there, so it's like you can sort of do a circuit in this house, but you want it someplace where it's going to be used. If you put it in a closet, you're not going to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's our whole problem is doing the thing, whatever it is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All righty. Well, you guys, so we'll catch you all in 2 weeks, but I do think we should have something on home exercises.
Yeah.
And because those are well, would you do them on bad days? We should. Maybe think about how we would do them, but I don't know. I feel like I have to get my head ready.
But it's it's the same thing though. If you're doing it every day, on every day that you can, you're going to be more likely to do it on a bad day than if you never did it.
So you know what? I'm going to challenge myself now, like to Yeah, because I just haven't thought about doing it on bad days. Like
Mhm.
I have never set the intention, and so I haven't done it. So
Right.
that's what happens when you don't set the intention is you don't do it. I know because I haven't done it. But
And I would also say, because I talked about like the ta-da list before, where, at the end of the day, say what you have done. And I will say, you don't have to write it on a list if you don't want to. If you're just laying there and you've had a bad day, then like, how they say count your blessings, like say, what have I done today that's in the right direction? Oh, I did get up. Oh, I did sit on the porch and saw the sunshine. I did do some breathing exercises. I did take a shower and change my clothes, or whatever it is that you did, we need to celebrate it, because I feel like on a good day, it's going to help us keep having good days, realizing what we are doing that's good, that helps us and helpful.
Mhm. Yeah.
It gets us more into a thankful vibe. And then on a bad day, it's going to maybe make it a little less bad, realizing that it wasn't a total washout. We actually did stuff. We just aren't really thinking about it like that. And if we make a purposed effort to think about what we're doing that is good, I think it helps us keep doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, so good to talk to you guys today. And Tina back there. I wonder if Tina's even still there.
I will say that I tried something. I have a feeling that people's comments aren't maybe showing up.
Oh, really?
Because I made 2 comments and they did not show up. So, and I can see that there's more people. So if just know that we know you're there. And oh, yours worked. Yeah, I did it from my phone because I like to do it that way. And I can see you. I can see Tina, but I can't see anybody. Yeah, Tina's I saw, but I couldn't see anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Tina, but I couldn't see anybody else, and I can see that there are other people. So,
Well, maybe no one's commented. Maybe that's just Terrain is here.
oh, yay, Train. Yeah, for some reason I can't. I don't know why I can't comment, but I'm so glad that you can.
All right.
Yay.
Yeah, mine won't let me comment because I'm on the live stream.
Yeah, that's why I do it on the phone, but it won't let me. It's weird.
Okay. Well, you guys. Good to see you guys. And good to see you, Terrain and Tina. I'm glad you guys came today and everyone else was back there.
Yeah. So try that massage bed, Amanda.
Yeah, I will. You know what? And
Try
I'll
it. It's 15 minutes and you can adjust it. There's a little screen that comes up in front of you and you can adjust how high it goes up on your body. So I made it go up from like the back of my head to my ankles, and it's just like water hitting, going up and down. And it's very relaxing. So
okay, I need to do
highly
this.
recommend it.
Also, I stopped calling my bad days bad days. I call them opportunity days. Because if I call it an opportunity day, I have an opportunity to raise my spirits. I have an opportunity to find something a better day. So start out the morning and know that this is not a normal day. This is an opportunity day. And by relabeling it, it's easier to get out of it, I think. For me, it is. I don't know if that's just my ADHD brain or what, but I know that sometimes not acknowledging it as bad, but acknowledging it as an opportunity to get better, it helps me at least.
That's cool.
Okay, so point well taken. Maybe we should think about how we're gonna label it, and also what I've been able to do, and if anyone can do this, but it's unusual in my case. I have so I have a metric that often when I wake up, I can identify the direction of the day, put it that way. And I have a data point that I look at. So it's my my blood oxygenation. And so that helps me change my expectations for the day. And so that in itself is like acknowledging and not pushing. Kind of like with Anna, with like, this is my recovery day. And so like, I'm not going to push. I'm going to do it. This day will be different because it has a different purpose. Yeah. Yeah.
I also think that the way we think about things is kind of your morning mindset. You know, it's not a good day, but it can be a better day, is a better way of looking at things. Because we did, we have Focus Friday. And on Focus Friday, we looked at the lies we tell ourselves. Well, if I tell myself it's a bad day, then I'm like, oh, it's a bad day, so I can. Instead of it's a
Well,
better.
so you can't get
Yeah.
into that. I mean, I think regardless, it has to, whatever label you use or anything else, it has
Yeah.
to be a way to promote behavior that's going to support your wellness. Plain and
sure.
simple, whatever that label is, because we can game ourselves. We can label, honestly, we could label the day anything we might want and still game ourselves. That said, the label could be very important, and whatever label is going to work for somebody, that's exactly the label you should have for sure.
I think when we're looking in the morning, it's like, how am I going to steer it? I see what's ahead. Let's steer it, and then maybe avoid some of that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like I said, expectations. So I would then have expectations that, I'm not going to, I don't know, write something or run around and do errands or something. I'm going to
do what's the most important to me right now that will help me get through it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go to the gym and just go longer.
Yeah.
So honestly,
For sure. I wanted to tell you before I forgot, I tell you that I have that, Go Be Awesome on my car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that, I don't know, over the last several years, I haven't been to that many drive-throughs. I go to sometimes for the Starbucks if I'm picking up something for somebody else, especially. And when I go through that drive-through, I knew that somebody probably say something, because they have every time I've gone through a drive-through. They've said, "Oh, thank you." Like it cheers them up to see Go Be Awesome. So I got some cards and like encouragement cards that you can hand out to people. And there's one little stack of them that says, "You are awesome." And so when I went through the drive-through yesterday and I was picking up coffee for Tino and some for me, and the guy handed me my cups, and then I smiled and I handed him the card, and he's like, "Thank you." Because when you go out there and you were talking to one person on your walk, maybe they hadn't talked to anybody that day, and you smiled at them. Maybe you didn't even talk to them. You smiled at them. It can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there was a great story of a guy who, so he went through a grocery store, like a cashier line, and the cashier was really super grumpy. And so he gets through the line. He survives the grumpy cashier, but he goes back into the grocery store and he gets a bouquet of flowers, and he gets back into the same line. He pays for the flowers, and he's leaving the flowers there, like in the cashier area. And she says to him, "Sir, you've forgotten your," all grumpy probably, "you forgot your flowers." And he said, "Oh, no, those are for you." And she just lit up.
Yeah.
And the point of the story was, how many dozens, hundreds of people then did she impact positively,
right,
because of his response to her and her grumpiness? So, okay. Let's go forth. Ruth Ann, good to see you here too. Ruth Ann commented too. So, okay.
Go forth and be awesome.
Okay. Well, very good, you guys. You guys take care. Thanks, everybody. You guys, everyone, you guys are awesome. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.